Welcome back to another explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here today because, well, we're going to be looking at things that sound completely made up. But I promise you, they are 100% real. The natural world is vastly stranger than fiction, and we've got the evidence to prove it right here. So, what if I told you a jellyfish could technically live forever? Or how about a whole entire country with absolutely no mosquitoes? No way, right? Or maybe a man who survived not one, not two, but 7 lightning strikes. These aren't myths, guys. We're counting down 10 unbelievable facts today, and it's all leading up to one deeply shocking final truth about our planet that literally blew my mind. Chapter 1: Nature's Biological Superpowers. Let's dive right in and explore some anomalies that completely rewrite the biological rulebook. Take the incredible biological loop of the immortal jellyfish. When this little guy is faced with aging or severe injury, it doesn't just die. Instead, it actually transforms itself all the way back into its younger polyp stage and completely restarts its life cycle. It literally reverses aging. And this isn't just fun trivia either. Scientists are actively studying this exact mechanism right now to better understand human aging and disease. Hold on to that sense of wonder because we're moving on to the number 3. This number highlights the sheer biological weirdness of our next animal, the octopus. We just saw a creature that beats aging, but the octopus, it completely throws our understanding of standard anatomy right out the window. Because an octopus actually has 3 hearts pumping blue blood. Yes, blue blood. 2 of those hearts are dedicated entirely to pumping that blood directly to the gills, while the third main heart takes care of the rest of the body. But here's the really fascinating quirk. That main heart actually temporarily stops beating while the creature swims. Kind of wild, right? Chapter 2: Defying the Rules of Time. Now we're shifting gears to look at things that completely break our conventional understanding of timelines and age. Picture this. Archaeologists literally pulled jars of honey out of ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old. And the crazy part? It is still perfectly edible. So you might be wondering, how does it last so long? Well, it all comes down to chemistry. Honey has an extremely low water content, which naturally prevents bacteria from ever growing. It's essentially an immortal food. Now, we all know sharks are old. They first appeared on Earth more than 400 million years ago, but let's put that into perspective for a second. Think about the famous rings of Saturn. Those rings are actually believed to be much younger, meaning sharks were swimming around right here on Earth long before Saturn even got its iconic rings. It totally shatters our preconceived notions of age, contrasting this massive cosmic formation with an animal that's still swimming in our oceans today. Chapter 3: Earth's Extreme Anomalies. Let's start this one off with a destination that sounds like an absolute dream for a peaceful summer vacation. Iceland, the country without mosquitoes. I think we can all relate to that universal annoyance of a high-pitched, buzzing sound right when you're trying to enjoy the outdoors, right? Well, in Iceland, they are virtually absent. Scientists believe the country's highly unusual climate completely halts the mosquito's life cycle. Just imagine spending a whole summer without swatting a single bug. Sounds pretty amazing. But, not all of Earth's extreme environments are quite so hospitable. Deep beneath Mexico lies the Cave of Crystals. And these aren't your average crystals. We're talking enormous, 36-foot or 11-meter-long natural formations. But you can't just stroll in to see them. The catch here is the extreme heat. The cave is so intensely hot that humans can only survive inside for a very short amount of time without specialized cooling equipment. It's this breathtakingly beautiful place that literally prevents humans from lingering inside. And speaking of environments you can't linger in, let's talk about the world's quietest room, Microsoft's anechoic chamber. It absorbs almost all sound. But here's the thing. When the outside world goes completely silent, your own body becomes incredibly loud. You are forced to hear your own heartbeat, your breathing, your stomach. You can even hear your joints moving. It is so deeply unnatural that most people physically cannot stay inside for more than an hour. The silence literally drives you out. Chapter 4: Mind-Bending Odds and Elements. And we are getting very close to our number 1 most shocking fact. The number 7. This represents the unbelievable defiance of tiny odds by a man named Roy Sullivan. He was a U.S. park ranger, and over his lifetime, he was struck by lightning exactly 7 different times. Now, the odds of being struck even once are incredibly tiny,
But to be struck 7 times and to survive every single one of those strikes to earn a place in the world records, that is just mathematically staggering. From mind-bending math to an elemental shocker hiding right in your kitchen, bananas are naturally radioactive. Yep, they contain potassium, and a tiny fraction of that is a radioactive isotope called potassium-40. Now hold on, don't go throwing out your fruit bowl just yet. The crucial point here is that this amount is completely safe. You would literally have to eat millions of bananas all at once before the radiation became any sort of real concern to your health. So you're definitely safe. And this brings us to our number 1 most shocking truth. Everything we have ever mined, every single gold ring, every gold bar in every vault, represents a fraction of the 1% of gold that actually reaches the surface of our planet. Scientists estimate that more than 99% of Earth's gold is locked deep inside its core. We are practically sitting on an unfathomable hoard of wealth that is simply far beyond our reach. Let me paint a mental picture of just how much gold that 99% actually is. If we could somehow perform an impossible extraction, pulling all that core gold up to the surface, there would be enough to cover every single landmass, every continent on Earth, in a solid layer of gold 1.5 feet, or half a meter thick. You would literally be wading in solid gold no matter where you walked. It really proves that the true wealth of our planet is permanently locked away beneath our feet. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought and pose a question directly to you. Which impossible truth surprised you the most today? Was it the immortal jellyfish endlessly restarting its life? Or maybe the image of our planet filled with hidden gold? Think about how much of our own world still feels like science fiction. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. And hey, if you want to keep exploring, be sure to come back next week where we'll be breaking down 10 scientific discoveries that even the experts still cannot explain. Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll see you then.